So I need to explain that Crowley was talking to an old Egyptian scribe, possibly not even an Egyptian scribe, but pre-Egyptian, and that I believe he's the one he was calling Thoth, and I'm not really that up on his literature. You know what I mean? I don't really have time for it. But doing a brief overview on Wiki. Anyway, so we've talked about, okay, so the concept of humanity being derived from an animal race and having been modified through surgery in order to develop different mental faculties, and then genetics being passed through these supportive surgeries. Uh, that the adult males of this race were not capable of behaving in the manner of boys. And I have described in detail what that entails. Um, so, and yet reproduction was still possible. Eventually, the idea that these men were reproducing was considered laughable, that those people were superstitious and that they just didn't understand where babies came from. But they actually do reproduce. My father was one such person. My husband was another such person. And that they it changes people. The lighter coloration, the redder hair, the things happening is the more self control that you have. Certain genes are turned on and off, and then they are passed. Even the women choose different eggs in different environments, and so there was a resistance to that. But that became a mixed sort of thing. The primordial mother didn't really agree with all of the things that they were doing, and yet there was and had somehow gotten swept up into it when she was just as passive as anybody else. Um, but found that that was her matrix for her ripening. So these kinds of concepts really can take you back into some very deep history. But if you're going to speak to some of these higher incarnations, you do need to conform physically.